Hello, everybody. Welcome to the newest and best late night podcast in the AUC, Three Times the Charm. We are here with
Jada from Jersey, your
Bonnie the hottie.
and yours truly, D. Clark. So today, y'all, we're going to be talking about spirituality.
That's a tough one. That's a lot.
and all things that come with it.
So,
The argument between spirituality versus religion. The argument about where Christianity came from. Whose religion is it? The argument about hypocritical Christians. The argument about
the church.
the church.
The church.
The black experience in the church.
Right.
The conversation about your kids picking a religion. Are you going to force your kids to go to church? Are you going to let them have the opportunity to explore? Let's talk about it.
Topic sounds so good, might need 2 episodes. Okay. Alright, so especially when it comes to Christianity, like people will talk about, oh well, you know, the Bible says I can do this, the Bible says I can do that. I'm like, does it really say that, or is that what you decided to interpret to like bend the words? Yeah, I'm
Okay.
But it's like a lot of times people kind of like warp their own perception of how they think that a Bible verse may be. Like, for example, my friend group had this whole entire argument, and it was reap what you sow, right? And so everyone's just like, oh, like the argument was comparing reap what you sow with karma. In reality, we all had the definition of karma wrong, because we're over here like, oh, and you know, often people do get the definition of karma wrong. People think that karma is when, like, oh, I choose you bad in this relationship, and so, you know, later on someone's going to treat me bad. You know, like what goes around comes around type thing. But in reality, karma is more so, I did really bad in this life, and so when I'm reincarnated in my next life, I'm just going to be living, you know, a lower life than I was before because I didn't treat the last one properly.
Let me tell you about the instant karma I had yesterday.
She said the instant karma.
No, it was instantly. Okay, so my job sells wine, right? So I'm working, the manager's cool, everybody on the work shift is cool. I'm like, let me get this little bottle. The cashier's like, just take it. I said, alright, this is what we gonna do. Like, I'm gonna pay for it, and then you gonna cancel the payment, right? Because I didn't really want to pay for it. Cool. I walked outside. As soon as I walked outside, I dropped it, and it shattered. I said, okay, God. All right. You got me. Like, it was instantly, and I was just like, okay. Like,
yeah.
And it was, I feel like it was really deeper than that. Like, do what you're supposed to be doing.
And bad things won't be happening.
And you'll be blessed. Like, you really trying to be slick. Like, I was like, wow, that's crazy. I can't believe you let me do that. Like, I really dropped it as soon as I said.
That's like how
Okay.
people say, like, there's a lesson in everything.
Yeah.
I totally believe that. That's like how people can be going, like, they're like, you know, if reap what you sow in karma is such a real thing, when they're using the wrong term of karma, it was like, then how come, you know, bad things happen to good people? And what I had to learn was sometimes God will take you through things that are really trash experiences. That way he can use you for something else.
Yes. One of my favorite quotes is, God takes you through troubling waters because your enemies cannot swim.
Ooh, I like that.
Woo! And let me tell you, a lot of
I'm like, ooh.
a lot of these niggas can't swim for real. Like, no, I'm so serious. I'm like, okay. Well, I had to go through all of this because I can't take you with me when I get to where I'm supposed to go. And then also one of my other
Everybody can't
favorite
go.
Bible,
I say everybody can go.
Everybody cannot go with you. Like, that's so sad to me. But I mean, hey. Another one of my favorite Bible verses is, I forgot where it is, but it says, the pain that you are feeling today won't amount to the joy that you feel tomorrow. So that's something I tell myself, like when I'm having a bad day, like, okay, today might be super shitty, but tomorrow might be the best day of my life. So it's things like that. I kind of really use the Bible as like literature at this point.
I mean, it is. People people mistake it for like things that they can bend, this, and that, but it's like the dictionary. You can't go look up a word in the dictionary and then read the definition and then bend it to what you want. Like, it's a legit text. Like the Bible, they call it a holy text. It is a piece of literature that you can't alter. It's a book of teachings and stories and lessons for you to learn from.
It's also for you to interpret.
Yes.
I had a biblical heritage class my first semester of freshman year, and Professor Dandridge.
Oh, yeah. I had Dr. Thompson. He was crazy.
Professor Dandridge was lit. But he also brought up a lot of hypocrisies in the Bible, like so many different things. Okay, so I had this written down. If you read the Bible, God says, "Let there be light," and then there was light, right? Mm-hmm. But on the fourth day, God created the sun, the moon, and the stars. So what was the light that he created on the first day?
I think it was more so just a light-colored space. Like,
I never really thought about that.
Like, it's like, it's really, there's certain things in the Bible, it's like, okay, now I have questions. And, like, you'll go, like, grandma, because my grandma always took me to church. Grandma, like, what does this mean? I don't know, girl, you can't question God. Or, like, I would be little, and I'd be like, Grandma, who's God's parents? How did God get here? I don't know.
I asked that question. Okay, people have, like, this thing where it's like, you're not supposed to question. But as the human beings that we are, people had to question things in order to come up with all these inventions and things like that we're using today. And so we're not questioning. A lot of times people mistake us questioning the things surrounding God with God's existence, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, we're like, as far as we know of, like the only humans type things in this universe, right? Okay. In my head, I'm like, ain't no way that there's like just this giant space, and it's just the only one. Us. I kid you not. This is my ideology as a kid. And I ain't never told my mom this. I probably should. It'd probably be funny. And so my ideology as a kid was that God was like kind of experimenting with things, and that's how created the universe, and then the Milky Way, and and just playing around, got planets, was like, oh, then let me try this, let's try that. And that's why if you look at animal evolution and human evolution, like we aren't how we started. Like the quote unquote Adam and Eve did not look like us, and that's just that. Like,
what do you mean when you say that?
Like, the evolution level that we are, they didn't look like that. They looked like whatever they were. I think they were like humanoids. And it's like, it's different types of. It's like anytime, I'm trying to get words together. Anytime that the human person like evolutes in a way, they become technically like a new species, if that makes sense.
So what do you think?
And so, for example, back then, they couldn't eat meat at first. They had to evolve, like, structure-wise in order for them to eat meat. Like, they just ate fruits and berries because that's all that they could chew at first. They didn't have, like, like the jaw power that we got to just chew any damn thing. They didn't have that. And so they had to evolve into that. Or they had to evolve into, how the heights or how people ran. Or
I'm sorry. Evolve is a word?
Evolve.
Evolve? Oh, I'm so sorry. Wait, because I was letting it happen, and I'm like, wait, I don't think this is correct.
Look, it happens. My brain just like,
it's okay.
It'd be like evolution.
Evolve. It makes sense.
Evolve. Evolution. Evolve. Either way. Y'all know what I mean. Either way.
Right.
So, when they evolve into other things. So, for example, people are like, oh, well, how did you get white people?
A mutation?
It was a mutation in a way, but it was still an evolution for them. Because we all started off looking the same. They decided to travel into some places that their genetics wasn't prepared for. So they had to genetically evolve. See how I did there? Genetically evolve to fit the climate. That's how come their hair goes a certain way, their nose has changed, everything. They became an entirely different exterior than the people that were still in the, beginning place because they were in different environments. That's like how people who live near the equator tend to be darker than those who live the furthest from the equator because your genetics evolved to where your location is.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to spirituality.
No, I'm saying, like, when you talk about this, you could literally go so many different ways.
Yeah.
Like, I was just having a conversation about the fact that Jesus is black.
Yeah.
People, I don't know. I know that's just the whitewashing of history.
Okay.
But in my head, I'm just like, so when you look at Africa and you look at the Middle East and you look at the place that he was in, people's misconception is that if you say somebody's black, that they, well, they wasn't dark skinned. That's not what I'm saying. Black can come in many shades.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
However, he wasn't white, baby.
The Bible says
even the eyes came from
the Bible don't say nothing about no blue eyes and all
that. The Bible says Jesus had hair like wool and skin like bronze. What that mean? Jesus was a nigga. That's what that mean. Hair like wool, baby, the naps. Skin like bronze, baby, the melanin.
I'm like, come on now.
Okay.
Thank y'all for tuning in to this long podcast. Check out our YouTube and websites for the next episode, which will be part 2 of this conversation.
Bye.